It's not the business that is there when we're there. It's the business that continues to give back and start to happen when we're not there.
It's like, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. Let's just give business, like, right? There's no need to be selfish with it. Connect with us. You never know what we can do to help you, but we'd love to because it's in our hearts to help people. Well, I wanted to give confidence back to other people because I remember my first networking experience, and it was for BizLink. I would say the word for BizLink is intentional. We want to be a lot more intentional with our time, with our relationships, with our efforts, with every event. It's a lot more intentional.
Hi, and welcome to the Keyconceptspodcast. Today's episode is for business owners, professionals, and creatives. Really anyone who's ever felt like they're building something alone. And today we're talking about business networking. My special guests today are Dylan Dudley and Anna Goldwatch. And Dylan Dudley is the co-owner of All American Junk Removal and Demolition, and also the co-founder of BizLink Alliance. And Anna is also the co-founder of BizLink Alliance and has 20 years in the insurance industry as a professional. And we're going to do separate podcasts on each one of them, so stay tuned for that. But today's episode is really going to be about networking. So Dylan and Anna, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Appreciate it, yeah.
For people that don't know what BizLink Alliance is, like, what is it, and how would you explain it to someone?
I call it unconventional networking, right? It's not your same boring average thing all the time. We always try to be innovative. We try to partner with our community, and we actually really want to give back to our community and see these local businesses thrive, see the local communities thrive, and start to partner up with like our chambers and our politicians and things like that right there for pushing things that are positive for children, for women, for survivors of certain situations, as well as like our veterans, you know what I mean?
To what Dylan was saying, the veteran community, first responders, children, women, we're definitely wanting to leverage a network to give back to the community. And that's what made us stand out. Prior to even BizLink Alliance, I was actively always volunteering in certain parts of the community. He was always trying to get involved in the community. So it was just a great alignment.
And there's a tagline that says, we all want to be seen. What does that kind of mean to you guys?
I was playing with ChatGPT, right? And that's kind of how I made it. I was like, we need a little bit of a banner. I'm not the best person for graphic designs by any means. I think a kid with a crayon and a coloring book would do 10 times better. But so I went ahead and ran with that. And we want to go ahead and shine that spotlight and really go ahead and get people to be seen, because it's not about us. It's about what we could do for the people that trust in us to continue to move forward on a positive goal. I really want this thing to go out in a really big format and continue to grow throughout, United States, and just make this something where, hey, it changes people's ways of thinking. It changes the way that they do business, and we can create collaboration over competition.
Yep. That's mainly what we believe in, collaboration over competition.
How many members do you guys have in total in BizLink Alliance?
So, audience-wise, we have roughly over like 2,000 people that go ahead and kind of view us throughout the socials and all that type of stuff. But on our website, which anybody can sign up and get your name on there again, there's free perks for it, just so, because we're here to help everyone grow. Mm-hmm. But there is, more perks if you're a member with it. That one right there is just bizlinkalliance.com. We have 233 members, if I remember correctly. Me and Anna kind of check it, every probably day or two or a couple hours. Right. But it's just fun to see it go and see it grow kind of throughout as we've continued to launch it. And that's one of the biggest things, like our website, it is one of our bigger traffic things because of having all the events on there. It helps to have people see us.
When I come to a BizLink Alliance event, what would that day look like for me?
When we see new people walk in, we are connectors. So we identify, what do you do after we, get to know you better? Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, let me introduce you to person 1, person 2, 3, 4, 5. When they're done talking, those are really good partnerships for you. So we want to build people, and we step in there to do that. Depending on our event that we're having, though, specifically, is how we can actually tell you more how we can help you in that experience. Overall, we are reading the room. We're screening the room. We're trying to help people grow. Those that we know have something special, or for example, like now you have a podcast, we'd love to send you a lot of people to partake in this podcast. 100%. So things like that, we think like that. We do. We constantly want to help people be beyond. It's not always been about us. It's beyond, like, what could I help you do or grow as a professional, or, get your next client.
Is there an agenda, or how does that networking actually work?
We have so many different events. Okay. So our morning meetings have an agenda. and it's a completely different experience. We usually will do something like we run an education and then teaching them something general. Now, we don't want your sales pitch. We want you to teach something like when you're selecting a financial advisor, what does that look like as far as like what would you pay attention? What could they educate you on? And then we have our business mixers are completely different. It's now evening events, different audience. I've been at places where you're like, okay, we got our one insurance person, we got our one banker, we got, and us, we have contractors showing up. And I can tell you, those guys are too busy to come out to even meet people. So to see that we're attracting, tradesmen, we're attracting bankers, every professional you can think of, that by far has blown my mind.
Is there an exclusiveness to this, or can multiple people from the same industry join the group?
Me and Anna had checked out some other groups and they were an exclusive only thing. And so we were like, okay, cool. Why don't we just do an open networking group, right? Because check it out. You're going to have your landscaper, and this is just the easiest one to do. You're going to have your mow and blow guy, as I call him, right? You're going to have your next landscaper that does property maintenance, some tree stuff, things of that nature. Then you're going to have your full hardscape landscaper that will go ahead and, help to do a rock wall, build you a pool. There's always different levels in business. So me and her had looked at some things and they tried to say that they already had an insurance person. And with that one right there, it was like, okay, well, Anna's not just an insurance person. She doesn't do she can, but she doesn't do your auto and your home insurance. You know what I mean? She does bigger business insurance. And the other gentleman that was there, he did the other stuff. And that was great. But we definitely could have, been a great asset with them, and it just didn't work out. And that's fine. But that right there helped us to be like, we don't want to turn people away just because.
Do you have to be a member to actually come to one of these events, or can you come as a guest?
We do have exclusive perks. We've narrowed down things that we want to make sure it's only closed door unless you're invested into BizLink. I would say getting free food is amazing, right? I'm like, free food. I feel like I'm the happiest person right now. Yeah, right? I'm such a girl for that. But when it comes to an experience, I don't think I've ever gotten the greatest bang for my buck out of being free or getting it free. So there's going to be things that we're going to put in better quality because you're invested in it.
So what is the cost to join the BizLink Alliance networking group?
It'll be $300. If you wanted to pay it all up front, it'll be a 33% savings. I don't know why, I just like that savings number. So it'll be $199 for the whole year. So you know what I mean? You're pretty much looking at $200. Most people will do that. Maybe at a later date, we might push up for different memberships, different perks, because we will be pushing out workshops. We will be pushing out expos. We will be bringing out some really big speakers and people of that nature that can actually really cultivate, grab room from an audience and grow things. So it's not just, hey, it's going to be this much right here. We want more now because we want more. No, we want to do more. And that's why we have to charge some more as we start to grow this.
Do you have any testimonies on maybe someone that you want to highlight that has really benefited from BizLink Alliance?
Well, I know one person just in general that's really helped and it's really grown from it is Arvita Cantina. They've gone ahead, and Kevin Miles Jr. there, he's helped and gave us an opportunity with it to go ahead and grow out that place. And we've started to throw events there. Formerly, we were at Shenanigans with Christina DeSalle, one of my partners on another exhibit. That was a great spot too. And we've still helped out to have events and other things go on there. And that's one of like our biggest wins for us, right? It's not the business that is there when we're there. It's the business that continues to give back and start to happen when we're not there.
Yeah.
And that's one of the ones that I really like.
How would BizLink Alliance Network Group be different than just a traditional Facebook group that has a bunch of people in there that is doing networking in that sense?
For the aspect of having a group online, I don't think that they're always that beneficial. Sure, you can ask questions, as I'm in a couple of junk removal ones, but sometimes you get the jerks in there and the other things and people that don't actually care for the quality to actually lift you up and see you do better. And that's why like one of my slogans is, and it's one of the events that I really, kind of like, but it's Together We Rise. It's Rise from the Ashes. It's a phoenix. And for me, that's just a big staple. And that's where you're not going to get that online.
For BizLink Alliance, have you guys ever had to remove someone from the group?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Fun times.
And I mean, for online and other things, it's just, we want to protect the people that are around. We want to have a safe space. We're here to have fun. You know what I mean? And that's really it. Like, obviously the goal is to network, it's to make money, and it's to grow in that factor. But in the same time, you know what I mean? People are going outside of their normal work hours or time with their family to go ahead and hang out with us. And we want to make sure that it's something that they get value from and that they actually grow.
Do you guys track attendance? Is it required? Do you have to show up or send someone in your place, or how does that time commitment work?
We don't want to promote somebody that doesn't want to go ahead and build in with us, right? The biggest thing for us is just if you tell me like, hey, I have a vacation, or hey, I'm sick, or hey, family stuff, totally fine. You know what I mean? Or if we know like this is somebody that cares, they just have some things they got to handle first, come back, awesome. If it's somebody that stopped in once, said hi, dropped business cards, we haven't seen them, they didn't respond, they didn't sign up, nothing of that nature. Well, hey, you know, we really appreciate you for coming out. Sorry you wasted some business cards, but they're going in the trash. So there's no full commitment on it. Obviously, we'd like for, you know, people to show up with it, people to go ahead and be involved inside of the things that we do. But end of the day, like this is Anna and I's vision to just keep growing in ways to get back to our communities and to start it off in different cities and to continue to do things different.
What is the biggest challenge of people trying to network on their own versus joining a network group like BizLink Alliance?
One of the things is finding events. I tell you what, I was kind of trying to figure stuff out. Ben Godinez introduced me to Anna, which was super helpful. But before that, I was like, oh, I don't know about this one. So I'd go to one and it was cool, but it was like 5 or 8 people. It wasn't a huge thing, right? I didn't know where the cool spots were. So you'll just come into like a lot of trial and error. I mean, I feel that's life in general though. You know what I mean? You got to go ahead and take the goods with the bad. As I created out my group, it really helps to where people are like, oh, hey, oh, you're looking for this? Boom, boom, boom. And I told everybody, hey, if you guys are going to come with me, there's only one rule. You're not allowed to talk to anybody that you know, and we can't talk, well, 2 rules, I guess. But you're not allowed to talk to anybody you know, and we're not allowed to hang out with each other. Yeah. We got to go ahead and separate, at least for the first half hour. That way we can meet the whole room. Without doing that right there, you might not get the opportunity to meet everybody in the room. And that right there, you know, sometimes it's like, man, I just went out there for 3 hours. It wasn't worth it for me.
Did you guys have any hesitations about starting it? Like, what was that first day like?
He brought it up. I think, the person who definitely had no hesitation, for sure. Because I just felt it was like,
well, I was saying it more
let's
like,
do it.
BizLink's not a joke,
great.
But I said it as a joke. I was like, why don't we just do our own? She's like, all right, I'm down. And I was like, well, I mean, are you serious?
So
She's like,
yeah,
okay, well, let's try it. Where are we going to do it? That was the biggest question.
Yes, the biggest question, where are we going to do it? And that's where I brought up, you know, the prior employer I was with, they had a boardroom. Let's do it there. Let's pick a date. Let's pick a time. Let's do this. And
first time we blew out the room.
Yes, the first time we realized we both knew a lot of people. We only
set it like 3 weeks away. It was near the holidays, near November. And we were like, crap, if it's this busy during the holiday times, because we both know it slows down. You know that as well, Corey. It's like, okay, well, maybe we have something. Let's kind of fill it out. We did strategically, we placed out the next of the events. So that way right there, that it made sense. A lot of the things that we did in that era was trying to make sure that this didn't fail.
What qualities do you guys then bring to make the Business Alliance Networking Group successful?
I think Anna's the more analytical one. She goes ahead and thinks first before acting. I'm the one that just goes.
But it works, okay? So I'm a calculated risk taker. Okay, that's what I like to say. He calls me analytical Anna, but I'm a calculated risk taker. And I think it works because the reality is, and like I said, I'm a big believer in someone knows something more than you. Someone does something better than you. You know what you know and you know what you don't. I am going to say, I support his fact that, he's a salesman through and through. And I've said that day one. He's a marketer. He's a promoter. Those are his skill sets that are stronger than mine. And I'm going to go ahead and lean on those for him to be that for BizLink.
If you guys had to start BizLink all over again today, would you do anything differently?
Yeah, I think it would be kind of defining early on the vision in a tangible way, like something that we can go back to and be like, okay, great. That's what we do when we try to get a sponsor. That's what we try to do when we elect a, vice president or president for a chapter. So things that became more tangible that early on we didn't have because it was a lot of learning. I don't want to discredit that whole learning experience because it was great. It was great to be put on the spot. And at that point, it's like, perform. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and perform, which at the same time, it challenges your character to kind of grow because of experiences that you normally weren't practicing regularly, like public speaking, like podcast sessions. At this point, we have fun with it.
Any topics that come to mind that you wanted to touch base on or highlight?
It's just that, hey, if anybody wants to team up, if anybody wants to partner with us, if anybody wants to go ahead and collaborate, has a nonprofit that they would like to see highlighted as we go into doing our give backs throughout the holiday seasons and stuff again, any families that you guys want to see taken care of, anybody want to support us when we go ahead and feed the homeless, things of that nature, like please reach out. We're trying to do more. We're trying to grow things.
That's a great message. And I find myself telling people that when we're networking, hey, if you ever need help or you need support in the way of just networking, elevator pitch. I think we both have this like coach mindset a little bit in us just by wanting to help people. And I can present it, but at the end of the day, it's like, how interested are you, right? To pursue something that could help you grow as a professional. So yeah, reach out if you want help, need help networking, want to get connected, want us to help you build something. I'm happy to help give you the blueprint.
What was it that made you start BizLink Alliance Networking Group in the first place?
Wanting to build a better networking group, more for the people and bigger in the community.
For me, it was exiting exclusive networking experience and how it was so structured to a program that I realized there was no opportunity for the connection to happen. And the connection is where more could happen, more business, more, opportunities. So that's what drove me to want to do my own thing. Plus, I get bored. So I'm just going to say
Gotta
it.
change
I
it up,
get
yeah.
bored. He gets bored. I think programs get boring. Let's change it up. Let's have the control of changing it up. Let's innovate.
That's amazing. I'm glad it worked out. Well, and I'll go watch and Dilly. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of the Key Concepts Podcast. It was a pleasure having you guys both here and learning more about the BizLink Alliance Networking Group.
Thank you. Thank you, Corey.
Thank you guys as well. Well,
You can cut that out.
Always got to be playful.
BizLink Alliance is not just about networking events and meetings. It's about creating a space where people feel seen, supported, and challenged to grow. And in a world where it's increasingly digital, that kind of connection matters more and more, now more than ever. So I encourage you guys to check out BizLink Alliance Networking Group, attend an event, and simply start being more intentional about the communities that you are already a part of. So thank you for watching this episode of the Key Concepts Podcast, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.